Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Victoria and I film from Lagos, Nigeria. Please do well to join the family if you haven't, and to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming back. Thank you for the love and support. I really love and appreciate you guys. Thank you. Okay, so by the title of this video, you already know what we are talking about: how I got out from an abusive relationship. Yes, so I'm just going to give you guys a story time of my story on how I got out of an abusive relationship. We all know how rampant abusive marriage and relationship is it right now, so I just wanted to share my story. Maybe those in an abusive relationship can learn one or two things and decide on what they want to do if they are still contemplating on what to do about that relationship or marriage. Okay, so let's get right into it. All right, so in 2016, yeah, I think it was 2016, I met this guy, and to be honest, I did not really like this guy, but due to some circumstances, I ended up saying yes to the relationship, and we started. So few weeks we started the relationship. Along the line, this guy just started to pressure me to make decisions about the relationship, for him to see my parents, for me to come and see his parents, and it was a lot of pressure. Also, for us to be doing this public display of attention and a PDA, like, it was really a lot. And every time I would just think, am I really ready for this kind of thing? Like, why should you put pressure on me? We are supposed to talk about this thing and do it at our convenience, not 1 week or 2 weeks into the relationship and you're pressuring me about seeing your parents, doing public display and all this kind of thing. I was like, it's not like I've not been in a relationship before, but my guy, calm down. And whenever I respond to him, it seems like this girl does not love me, or like something like that. It just feels that way, and I'll just be like, my god, the relationship was really stressing me. But I never thought that, okay, this thing was abusive or would come out abusive. Let me just put it out there, the relationship was not physical abuse. It almost got to that point before I ran for my dear wife. It was more of an emotional abuse. So I did not even wait for it to be physical before I find my spirits. But let's continue with the story. So we continued and all those. Then at the long run, he finally met my parents, and meeting my dad like did not like him. From their conversation, he did not like him, but he did not have any like cogent reason for him to say, oh my daughter, I cannot marry this person, right? So he just allowed us to do our thing. Then I went for, then he said, okay, we can go ahead with whatever we want to do. And then at that time, I was attending Deeper Life. My parents are Deeper Life members, so you guys, if you know Deeper Life, you know how they run their things. We are not yet to talk about that, right? So we went to the marriage committee. We told them our intentions and all those. So they told us, okay, we were going to go check for our genotype and blood group and all those. But before that time, we already knew that I am AA, he's AS, because when I checked, the result said I was AA, and I checked only once, right? So when we got there, they gave us the direction of the place where we are going to do the tests, and the test will be sent to them and not given to us, right? So we went for the test, came back for our next appointment with the marriage committee. And immediately when we got there after the test, they were like, they cannot continue with this counseling because they cannot get us married and everything. And we were just shocked. They told us the reason and we were shocked. I myself, I was shocked that what, like, this was part of the questions we asked ourselves right from the first day. So how? And it now seems like I lied. I was like, I did not lie. That was the result I was given. And I feel like God was just having my back with all these signs, but no, I did not see the signs. I was so blinded and dumb and stupid and silly at that point of my life because of the situation around that relationship that made me say yes, which I don't want to talk about. Okay, so even as at that time when they told us, oh, we were both AS and we cannot get married, I still said no, this is my husband and we must get married. So when my parents asked about the result and I told them that they said they cannot go ahead with the marriage because we were both AS, then my dad was happy because he did not want the relationship to go on. So he now had a reason, like strong reason, and to say, okay, you guys cannot get married. But you know, I was very stubborn, like I get coconut head. And I said that no, this is my husband, I want to get married to him, I don't care. Mind you, I study microbiology and I know like the outcome of all this, but I was just adamant and very silly at that time. And I said, this is the person I want to marry, I'm going ahead regardless. Like, this situation really cost I and my dad a lot. But we are getting out of it now. Then I went ahead regardless of my dad's opinion. Then 2017 came, I think around June in 2017 also. I had to go and serve, and when the time to fill up the form for the NYSC, he started pressurizing me again to make a decision that I must serve in Lagos State. I was like, my guy, I've lived in Lagos all my life. It's not possible for them to post me in Lagos. I am not an NYSC official, right? And they would decide wherever they want me to go to. But he kept on lamenting, kept on talking, and I was like, oh, it was choking me. Like that relationship really choked me. But for some foolish reasons, I just did. Right? So at the long run, they posted me to Cross River. And here the battle begins. Like, he was so worried, talking that I'm trying to leave him. I'm like, it's not as if I'm going to serve and stay there forever or start living there or relocate there. I'm still going to come back to Lagos. Like, and whenever I saying this thing, is all you will see, like as if he wants to cry, his body will be shaking and all those, like, it was very terrible. And he was very insecure. If he sees anybody with me, man, I got questions to answer, whether it's a female or a male. It was really serious like that. So at the long run, it was like, when I get to Cross River, I should redeploy. I was like, I don't want to redeploy. I don't want to serve in Lagos. Like, I sure went to Cross River State, and he was on my neck. I said, okay. I tried to redeploy in Cross River, but it did not work. So, after is it 21 days or so that you stay in the camp, you go to your place of primary assignment, then you come back home before you go back again. So when I came back home, it started again that I need to redeploy, blah 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 blah. After so much talking. I said, okay, I am going to redeploy, but I don't want to redeploy to Lagos. I can do Ogun State, because Ogun State is like still closer to Lagos, and his house too is like close to Ogun State, right? So once you are posted like that, you can choose any local government you want as your PPA, right? So yeah, he paid for the redeployment and everything. I don't know what he did. At the long run, when the redeployment came, I was posted to Lagos. I was redeployed to Lagos, and before the redeployment letter came, he already found a PPA for me. Like, he wanted me to be like close to him and nowhere else. So he already found a PPA for me that was like close to, like, it was like barely like 3 or 5 minutes distance from his house. That was how the PPA I worked was to his house. So basically I was living in his house, which I had no choice. I was living in his house and going to my place of primary assignment while he goes to work. And at that time, he does not really have so much things in his house. So I brought, like, I literally left my house as if I was going to my own apartment. That was how it seemed to my parents. Till today, they never knew what went behind the scene. Okay, yeah, because I was just so adamant that this is the person I want to spend my life with. Me living with him was like another hell. The pressure was worse. We were literally in our space together. This is what I do and all those. He basically didn't want me to have any friend close to me. Like, anybody that I try to talk to is either they are bad or they did something that he does not want them to rub it off me, so I don't do that same thing. Like, everybody is a bad person, like and I keep saying, no, this can't be. Like, it was really a lot. I went through a lot. And the annoying part is that when I gave him suggestions, he never takes my advice. Never, ever, ever does he. And he keeps bringing situations to me to give my own opinion, but he never takes my opinion. Even things that deal with us, our relationship and future, he never listens. And okay, so as a coconut head that I have, that I did not use it to make the right decision, I decided to say, okay, when you bring anything to me, I am not going to give you my opinion about it. Do whatever you want on that situation. And this caused a lot of problems too in the relationship. Like, we literally fight almost every day, and people in the house knows that we fight every day. Like, no jokes, we literally have one misunderstanding or another every day. And he usually talks me to death that I like, either I cry throughout that day or cry myself to sleep or something. Like, I was emotionally drained. Then the thing that pisses him off most was when he now advises me to do something or tells me to do something, and I now react the way he reacts. Then there will be a problem, like big problem. So this happened on a certain day that he told me to do something and I refused to do it. Then on that day, that it was in the night, that night it was as if heaven came down and glory filled my soul. This one, glory did not fill my soul. Tears, sadness filled my soul. Like, seriously, like, I cried throughout the night, and he almost beat the hell out of me, but my God fights my battle. Like, I felt like God really wanted me to see all those things and say, girl, your dad has saved you from this situation, but you refuse to be saved. So go through this and make your decision. Like literally every day I would think, God, I don't want this kind of life. I want to be happy in my marriage. I want an happy marriage. I want my children to have an happy home. I don't want to be doing audio happiness. You guys, I'll come to public and be doing as if my marriage is good, and at home I'm going through a lot. Like I didn't want that for myself. So that night when that thing happened, it was hot. Like it was hot. I made that decision that I'm gonna, like, I made that decision that night that I was going to leave him. And I was not done with my service year then. I was like, I started to think, where will I go to, where will I start from, what will I tell my parents? They did not even know that I was living with this guy. Like it was a lot. And I know this is like literally some people's situation, because they have like fear of the unknown. If they leave, what is going to happen to them, what is going to happen to their children, what are they going to do, how are they going to feed themselves, and all those things. Like see, if you are thinking of fear of, like, if you're having fear of the unknown, you will never make the decision to leave. Like that night I was like, anyhow it be, I don't even care, I'm leaving this house. In the morning before he left the house, he apologized, that because after the fight he told me to leave his house. And I was like, okay, this is it. Like it's like you wanted to hear this before your brain click. And immediately he made that statement. Like that was it for me. Like that was the end. In the morning he was like that I don't need to leave, that I can stay, blah blah blah. But in my mind I was like, that you have took your own. Me, I'm leaving this house like anytime very soon. And when I got to the school I was working then, I tried to explain to the teachers, and I really blessed God for them, because they really came through for me. They got me an apartment that I just paid little money for me to stay till I finished my service year. I just packed my bag and baggages before he came back from work, and I left. He did, because the place I went to was not really far from his house, but he never knew, or he never knew where I packed to or where I relocated to. He never knew, and we never jam ourselves. Like, to be honest, even though he knew my PPA, he never dreamt to come there. Like, he can't even there. And if I forgot something in his house, he never allowed me to come and take it. Like, that was how bad it was. Like, if you're in this situation, just make make up your mind to just leave. Don't think of anything. I also wrote a few points down, right, that if you're in this kind of situation, that you are not to be blamed because you are mistreated, battered, or anything. It is not your fault at all. So stop thinking that because this person is beating me, maltreating me, it is your fault. It's nothing that you have done. Also, I wrote that you are not the cause of your partner's abusive relationship. Yes, it is your abuser's problem. It is his problem. It is not on you. Okay, you deserve to be treated with respect. Yes, everybody deserves to be treated with respect in or is a relationship. And if your partner cannot do that, then he's not the right person for you, to be honest. You deserve a safe and happy life. Like I said, when all these things was happening, like, I always think that I want a happy life. I want to be happy in my marriage. I want my children to be happy in their home, in their parents' home. So I had to make the decision to, jackpot. You are not alone. There are people waiting to help you. Yeah, in this situation, maybe you are thinking, oh, you're having a lot of fears that you don't have money, you cannot do this, you cannot do that, you cannot live because of one reason or the other. See, they tell people, don't keep your mouth shut. Yoruba will say, "En to ba dákẹ́ tiẹ̀ á bá dákẹ́." If you keep quiet, you just keep wallowing and be at the mercy of your abuser. So people are ready to help. So you just open your mouth and ask for help, like I did. I asked for help, and those people were more than happy to help and assist me in that situation, because they would never want their sister or anybody they know that is close to them to experience what I experienced. Okay. Also, never hope your abusive partner will change or believe you can help your abuser. See, in the course of the relationship, I felt like, oh, with time it's going to be better. It never became better. Okay, so don't think that they are going to change or you can help them. Live so that you have a happy life and you will not die because someone man or one lady somewhere feels like they have power over you or anything. Because if you keep staying in that relationship and die in that relationship, see, they go marry another wife, you go marry another husband, ẹni tó kú ní tiẹ̀ gbé. It's you that die, that your life and hopes and everything is gone. The person that is alive will enjoy life and do what you gotta do. Okay, so with these few points of mine, I think I'll be able to convince you and not confuse you to leave that abusive relationship. Okay, yeah, I hope you've learned one or two things with that. We've come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give this video a like, share a lovely comment. Let's hear advice you have for anybody in this kind of situation. And if you have also experienced an abusive relationship, you can also share your comments down below so that somebody that is still contemplating can also learn from you. Okay, thank you so much guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.